Well, time for a bit of fun with a new feature, which is all about celebrating the fact that retirement does not necessarily have to mean slowing down and stopping doing the things that you love. For some people, it's the chance to finally pursue the things they love and do them larger and with more gusto. This is the start of a new feature which is going to run for several weeks, celebrating retirees who are going into their next chapter with lots of energy and purpose. And today we are going to hear about a group of musicians who came together rather later in life and are making some beautiful music in the Overberg. I'm talking about the Capo Quartet, founded in March last year by saxophonist and clarinettist Deborah Lee Best. Deborah brought together 4 experienced musicians who all share a love of performing and didn't want to stop performing just because they'd reached retirement age. They have gone on to play sold-out concerts, intimate house concerts, and in the process they've also raised tens of thousands of rand for local causes. Not the first time I'm speaking to Debbie Best, because Debbie, if I recall correctly, we had a conversation during COVID where you were also using your musical talent to try and bring a smile to people's faces in very dark times. So it's hello again and welcome back to the show.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, thanks, and yourself, Debbie?
Great, thank you very much for having me on the show.
It's a pleasure to chat to you. Now, let's talk about Da Capo. Founded in March last year, was it always your intention to start a new musical group during your retirement years, or how did this all come about?
Well, generally, I kept thinking that I should join others in their groups, and didn't happen. So my husband said, why don't you start your own? You're more than capable of it. And I never thought, shall I, shan't I? And then I obviously thought, well, why not? And I knew of Barbara, who's a fabulous cellist, and a wonderful new addition to our area, Colleen, who's a brilliant pianist from Pretoria, and then wonderful Tracy from Caledon on the flute. And it was just incredible. We got together and we just got on, and we just all love music and are all a similar age. So there we go. It was born.
Okay. And it was born and it grew up very quickly because, Debbie, one thing for talented musicians to play together for the joy of making music together, but you very rapidly found that other people wanted you to come and make music for them. Tell us a little bit about how the members of the Capo Quartet have grown into a performing outfit.
Well, we first of all approached the Botanical Gardens to do something there to raise money. We thought, well, maybe we should just do it as a good cause.
Yeah.
And they offered to have us at their Navinia Hall, where we had a wonderful concert with big fireplaces. It was in the winter. And we were sold out to people who said, we need this in this area. There's nothing happening in the Overberg, in the little villages where we live. There's not a lot of music that's happening. So they were absolutely flabbergasted with our performance, and we raised 10,000 rand for a new monitor for Betty's Bay first responders, which we've now bought. And we just loved every moment. And now we've had house concerts, and we've also had 2 concerts in Hermanus, which went down very well. And we just absolutely love what we do because that's who we are. We're musicians. Musicians are born to play. So when we're not playing, we're not happy. When we're playing, we're happy.
Debbie, as a matter of interest, is it different playing in your retirement years versus playing as a young musician, where I would guess you've got something to prove, you need to build a career, you need to build a reputation. You're now doing it later on. The reputation's there, the talent is there. Is it all about just doing it for the love of music? Does it feel any different this time around?
I think because we've all kind of arrived in a comfortable place in our lives where we know that we're good at what we do. We're not worried about critics because we know that our concerts are good. We know that what we provide is a well-rounded, amazing program. We have a fabulous arranger, that's Colleen on the piano. She's the most talented woman on doing the arrangements for a cello, a clarinet and saxophone, flute and piano. So it's quite a tricky little group because not many groups are made up of those instruments. But she's incredible at doing our arrangements, and we make sure that it's a well-rounded. We do some fun stuff. I don't know whether you've ever seen a group in Europe called Moat Art.
No.
They kind of tongue-in-cheek, where they bring a little bit of humor into the performances, which the audience are unaware of when we start. So we have actually had the most amazing kind of fun when people don't expect me to suddenly appear with a a ball and a table tennis racket, and I start popping out the rhythm for the entertainer. And then the ladies join in with the chorus, or we do something, a skit on the Titanic. And they've all been kind of not expecting that. So that's what we're trying to actually incorporate into our performances. So it's not just the boring old four people sitting on the stage doing the same old. We're trying to bring in some humor and some fun.
I mean, I just love what you've said, Debbie, what you've said about your comfort in doing what you do, your confidence in knowing the value that you are bringing to the audience. It's the very opposite of the imposter syndrome we associate with sort of younger generations, and I still sit here suffering from it daily at the age of 50. I stand in awe of somebody who gets to the point in their career of going, you know what, I know my value, I know my worth, I know what I deliver is a good product, and I'm just going to enjoy the fact that I can promise that to audiences and deliver on it. I think there is something really aspirational about that for the rest of us to learn from. So bravo on that score. Debbie, if people are listening to this going, hey, you know, I want to be part of this energy, I want to come to one of these concerts, or perhaps reach out to this group to be part of the event that I am organizing, what's the best way to do that?
They can send an email to me, or they can call me. My email address is thebestsaxophonist@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. Or they can call me on 071-605-8505. We actually do all sorts of other functions as well as concerts. We do weddings, private celebrations, elegant functions. It's coming to the end of the year now. Christmas concerts. We would love to entertain anybody who's thinking of doing something Christmassy, but we also love to do house concerts where people give up their homes. If they have a beautiful home, they don't even need to have a piano. We will bring a beautiful keyboard.
Gosh.
And if they actually just want to have some friends around and have some snacks and wine and have us playing for them, you know, that is the nicest part about a home concert, is it's much smaller and it's much more intimate. And we do enjoy that side of things because people always chat afterwards, and word of mouth, etc., is really what we're about. So we just love it.
I mean, that sounds like a fantastic concept for any kind of celebration. And Debbie, also to your point earlier, you know, you're in the Overberg. It's not simply as easy as it is for those of us here in Cape Town to hop into the car and drive to the Artscape to listen to a music concert on a Sunday afternoon, for example. The chances to do that are fewer and further between in your part of the world and require significantly longer effort to get to. So I love the concept of saying that you will bring it into the space you have available where you are. I think that's a really, really smart move. So just once again, it's thebestsaxophonist@gmail.com if you want to send Debbie an email, and the number to send a WhatsApp is, just correct me if I'm correct, Debbie, 071-605-8505. Was that the number?
That's correct.
Okay,
yes,
so 071-605-8505 if you'd like to reach out. In the immediate future, what's next up for the Capo Quartet?
So we're working on possibly doing fine arts next year in Hermanus. Okay. And the Crendel, which is the festival they have just outside Greyton. Yep. We would love to perform at many of the wine farms where they often have music concerts in their cellars. But it's quite a tricky one. Is often people don't want to book you if they've never heard you. So although we've got a show reel and we've got evidence of who we are, what we've done, we're all very high up in our professions. We've all played for very famous people. It's difficult when people haven't heard you. They kind of, it's like pulling hen's teeth sometimes to try and get a venue. So that's why anybody with doesn't even need to be a large home. It just has to be a home where people can have seats and have some wine and some snacks and some lovely music. Music lovers are everywhere, and music is something so desperately needed, just to make people feel happy and good about themselves and just to educate people.
I love the fact that you are keeping that passion going, Debbie, at a time when others think it's time to put their feet up and their instruments down. It sounds like you're using your passion in all kinds of wonderful ways. So thank you so much for joining us on the line this afternoon. Debbie Best, part of the Capo Quartet. And if you're in the Overberg in particular, do reach out to them. I mean, I just think that's a wonderful way To celebrate a major milestone, I mean, instead of your standard birthday party, imagine inviting your friends and loved ones to come and join you for a musical performance in your home by the quartet. Please do reach out to them on dbestsaxophonist@gmail.com or a WhatsApp to 071 605 8505. We are going to keep on chatting to inspiring retirees who are doing fun and interesting and unusual things in their retirement years for the next month or two or more. So if you know of somebody who fits that bill, please do drop me an email to pippah@capetalk.co.za.